we're live. So I'm just gonna talk about a little bit. All right, so the live chat's nice and up so I can see all your messages. So I'm gonna get started. I'm not trying to like demonize any of the people that I argued with or anything. This is just, this happened and I'm a YouTuber and I have no content ideas, so I'm gonna share what happened, you know? So that's what I'm doing. Hello. So I'm not sure if I want to get in suit because I actually might get in suit to talk about this. Would you guys like to see me do that? Well, hello to all the people just joining. So this was some drama that took place over the last couple of days. But before we get into all of this stupidity, I would like to show you some of the stuff I'm working on. I'm super excited. Hello to everyone saying hi. There's a lot of highs in the last minute. So here's a custom from the last stream. Still have to fix her up a bit, but I can't wait to list her on Etsy. Here's the head I'm working on. She just needs a tongue, and then she needs her neck extended because her neck's a bit short. Oh, is there a lag? I'll be right back. I'll fix it. It's too cute. Thank you. Ignore the lag. I mean, it's not like gonna hinder it, I guess, too much. I can just tell me if the lag continues because usually it'll go away after a minute. But if it doesn't, then like I'll get off the Wi-Fi. Here she is. This is baby. I actually don't have a name for her. I was thinking Elvira, or I heard Nymeria was a pretty name. She's got a mohawk. She's your goth GF. So here's her bodysuit. I know, I've never made a bodysuit before. Ooh, Rose is a pretty name. Thank you. I'm gonna add that to the list. It'd be so cute. Thank you. Her fursuit is in a nightmare stage, so her claws are actually attached to the rest of her, and it makes my arms look so freakishly long. Her personality, I don't know. The suit definitely gives off a more edgy vibe, so maybe that. I'm a big fan. Oh, it's nice to see you're a regular. If you guys ever want to see certain content, I'm always up for like suggestions. Her arms are a little long though, because like the elbow, it needs to be slightly long because it'll crease around the elbow. So like these make me look like I have spider arms. I had to change shirts actually because I had one with my school name on it. I know, I never thought that'd be something I'd have to worry about, but I always like to do that in case I decide to get in the fursuit. My first body, I know, I'm so excited. It's gonna be like a slim fursuit, so it's gonna be really tight fitting. It's a bit tight, like I probably couldn't like fursuit dance or anything, which I would not be doing anyways. I just have to be careful not to like suddenly kneel down or suddenly sit down or something. But for the most part, it's tight mostly around my hips, I'd say. It was tight around the shoulders, but I fixed that for the most part. And then the legs around my thighs, it's a bit, but it looks pretty good, and I'm still, you know, still editing it a bit. So you guys want to hear about all this like stupid drama I got in? Cause like, I love sharing that. I will actually go grab one of my fursuit heads and I'll put that on and we'll talk about it. Would you guys like to see Hara, my like kimono suit, or would you like to see... I have a kimono suit, I have a sparkle dog, I have a mochi raptor, and I have like an original species. He's super cute. I'd be willing to put any of those on, or I could put this gal on. It's just that her neck's attached to it. Are you ever gonna sell your suits? Yes. I actually sold Duchess, if any of you are familiar with that suit. She was a school dog to this really sweet lady and her daughter, and I'm really hoping to see that suit somewhere because I would love to get a picture with the new owner. Oh, Mochi's a cute name. Let me actually put this head on and see how good the ventilation is. I've got a bit of a runny nose, so I won't stay in her too long. All right. Let's see how this looks. I'm gonna flip the camera around. Oh geez, is it working? Oh no, I must have clicked the wrong button. There we go. I'm mean, she's a cute suit. I might stitch her mohawk a bit more. It feels a bit fragile. You can see where her neck's a bit short though. Although, like, if she was just a partial suit, I wouldn't mind because I just wear stuff with hoods like I do with Bismuth. Oh, she looks so cute. Thank you so much. She definitely needs a tongue. I have a bad habit of not putting tongues in my suits because, well, they kill the ventilation. And as you can see, the kind of suits I make, I'm not, like, eye ventilation, fantastic. Mouth ventilation, that's a bit of a problem for me. I love her side profile view though. It's so just the look I was going for. See the sparkle dog? I'll go grab her for you. I don't mind. Pixie is my baby. She's older, but I still love her. She got new eyes. Look at those eyes. Oh my God. She just looks so much more focused and not derpy. Alright, so let's start talking about all this stupid drama, right? Wow, these things are really hot. Like, I have a lot of suits, but I don't go out in them a lot. A lot, ever, at all, never, not once. But I'm hoping to. Talking in these things, dang, it is hot. Like, my breath is just back in my face, but she does look adorable. I also love, it's hard to see on camera, she's got little nose scales, and I'm really happy with her nose shape. It could be better, but it's way better than my last cat fursuit, so probably gonna sell my old one. Yes, Drum. Alright, so this person. So keep in mind, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm not a saint. I was not mature in the situation. Was I right? Yes. Did I handle it the best? No. So this kid made a post. It was like a poll, and it was on fursuits because I love, like, on Furry Me Know, you just click the fursuits thing, and I love scrolling through it. Oh geez, I have hair. My nose. Here. Sorry, there's a little bit of fur right by my nose. Still is. I should be wearing a balaclava, but I'm not. I need to get some balaclavas. But, they made this poll, and they go, would you be willing to make a cheap fursuit or even free? And I commented, because I was like, I see these posts all the time, and they piss me off. I make fursuits. Like, you know, no doubt, right? But I've been asked for a free fursuit. And if you've ever asked for a free fursuit, I don't want you to feel bad, because it's just a lesson, okay? I've made some posts when I was new in the fandom and gotten some very, very, very well-deserved backlash. You can't post something controversial. Like when I posted this, I initially titled it, "Look at this freaking coward." Not mature, I know. But the point is, I'm going to own up to that. I should have been more mature. I should have cooled down and then posted this. I did not blur out their name. I included not only a link to their post, a link to their page. If you want a free fursuit, it's not going to look good. If you want a cheap fursuit, it's not going to look good. I'll admit right now, fursuits I sell that are cheap aren't the best quality. You know, and I am very direct in that. I was direct in Duchess's. I was like, first fursuit, I glued the seams. She's a novice fursuit. Like, she was a first. There are beginner mistakes on her. I would recommend this for a kid, like, who's just getting into it and who's gonna outgrow her. That was my recommendation. This fursuit even has some mistakes on it. Now, am I gonna list off all the mistakes on the suit I made that I'm very happy with? Probably not right now, but I will. I just say the follow me eyes on her are really, I feel like I'm like looking at you, but I feel like the eyes are looking at you, you know? So I like the illusion. I am not a 2D eye person. I love 3D eyes. I like how they look in pictures, and they're easier to make for me. I'm getting off topic. I made this post, initially they had the post, right? And I commented, and I was very cordial initially. Thank you for admitting you are. Most other YouTubers would just always try to shift away. All right, that's my thing. I'm going to be completely honest with you because I call someone out for not including proper context later, and I think that's important. I initially was like, hey, this is a very offensive post. Fursuits take about $200 worth of materials, and it's really rude to ask for one for free. And this person later, I went back on the post to check if they'd responded, because I get a lot of comments, I get a lot of likes. I'm not trying to brag, I swear, I just post a lot. So I lose comments and likes and replies all the time. So if I ever don't reply, I'm just dumb and probably lost it, you know? But what happened is this person had commented on their own post and said, if you're not going to say anything nice, don't say anything at all. I have issues. No, that minimizes everyone else's issues. I don't care what's going on in your life. You don't do something if you can't handle the backlash, okay? I have personal stuff going on, but do I ever be like, guys, you should be extra nice to me because my cat died or something? No, because that minimizes your problems. I post content on here. That's what I post. And I'm not going to tell you something's wrong unless it affects my content. But yeah, so I commented saying, hey, you really shouldn't post this then. So I have to itch my eyebrow. If you can't handle the backlash for it. And I was very polite initially. This person responded to me once going, you don't have to reply saying mean stuff, but they used a lot stronger word for stuff in all caps. Like, and you don't have to comment twice saying mean stuff. And then said something else. I don't remember exactly what they said. I have screenshots though. So, screenshots, woo! And I said, well, I'm calling you out on your bull. Like, I'm not gonna let you go through, because my goal initially, and I know it doesn't seem like it, was to educate. I think that when you do something bad, I shouldn't just say that's bad. I should say that's bad, but here's why it's bad. You know, you can't just tell someone, don't do that. You know what I mean? I think it's really important to say, don't do that because it's very offensive to makers. When you say, oh, I don't want to pay for a fursuit, you're saying, hey, you, see that head you put, 10 plus hours into making and hundreds of dollars materials into making? That's not worth paying for. Your art's not good enough for me to pay for. I think I'm entitled to it for free. You wouldn't go to an art gallery and demand a painting for free. This is the same thing, right? These are the things that you can't really dispute. I mean, I think no one deserves, I don't want to say no one deserves a free fursuit, because I'm sure there's some special cases or whatever. Like the kid who got bullied at that one con getting a free fursuit. I think, or not getting, she got bullied and then someone made her fursuit for free. And I thought that was really compassionate. I think she deserved it. But this person, so I made this post because they blocked me. And I call them a coward because I don't block people I argue with. I think it's a coward move. And I think one argument should lead to you never seeing their stuff again. That's just a personal opinion. I know there's some flawed thinking in there, but that's just how I think, you know? Also, I'm like slouching so bad because so I'm like looking forward to see everything. Yeah, I'll show my mascot in another video, don't worry. Hopefully one with a lot less stupid drama. But it's okay, it's always okay to ask. Yeah, so that initially happened. I made my post and it was not mature. I'm not gonna pretend like it was mature. But I showed the screenshots in the correct order because I'm not stupid, and bam. Well, this person, this wonderful human being commented. And initially they said, hey, you did not handle this correctly. I'm going to make them a free fursuit. And I said, go ahead. I don't care. I'm calling them out on their actions. I don't care if they're a kid. I feel like, because I have some younger audience here too. And if you're younger, I'm not going to assume you're stupid. I was younger and I learned the ways of the furry fandom, and I learned not to ask for fursuits. And it was very clear to younger furros not to ask for free fursuits. It's not something you can skate by not knowing. They know they're not supposed to ask for it. As someone, oh geez, my voice is cracking, who was a younger fur, I know this. So that's bull. And I said, go ahead. I personally think you're rewarding bad behavior. And I think I'm in the right to call out bad behavior. But whatever. And so then they're like, I'm not heartless like you. And so that was mixed in with part of their reply. And I said, that's manipulative. To say that, unlike you, I'm not heartless, implies that I am crap for not putting up with this. And I said, that's real. And you know what I do? When I comment online, I try and be polite. I'll catch myself being rude, and I'll circle back and I'll start being polite. Because my goal is not to have bad blood with this person. I really don't want to have bad blood with anyone. I don't care. So I said, you know, it's your own time and money, but don't use little, get off your damn, I think I told them to get off their high horse. Because you're acting like I'm this evil person for calling out bad actions. I'm not just calling out this person. I'm saying all people who do this are doing a bad thing. This just happened to be the post I picked. Because I've seen so many posts going, will you make me a free fursuit? Will you make me a $150 fursuit? Dude, I sold a fursuit head for $200. That's dirt cheap. That is like hardly anything. And the reason I did it because that's what I personally valued it as. I'm sorry, I have hair in my mouth. Like actual fursuit hair. Or I guess that'd be fur in my mouth. And sorry, I saw a comment. Like, even though what they want is going to make that entitled kid worse. But you're right. It's their decision, not yours. Yeah, and you know what I'm going to do? I will be watching to see if they actually make that fursuit head because I don't think they will. I called them on it. I said, I'd be more than happy to see how that turns out because I was calling bull on them. I said, you're not going to do it. You're going to virtue signal. And I hate using the word like virtue signal because it makes it sound like this is SJW versus Republican fight, but that's what they're doing. And so they make this post and they say, this kid got so much backlash, you're all so heartless and evil. And then they showed my comments, right? And once again, I was not the most mature in my comments, but they ordered them incorrectly. I had made my comment, they had made their comments on their post, and then I had replied to that. Then they replied to me, and I replied rather rudely. They showed my rude replies first, so it made it seem like I was just yelling at this kid. And that, you know what? Once they see one comment from me, they're not going to read all my comments. So that's misconstruing me. That's saying, oh, look, I called them a shite. Not a stronger word for poo. A shite. And I said, damn. I wasn't even cursing this kid out. This kid cursed at me first. But I didn't. Oh, you have a name? I'm more than willing to see that. But yeah, I was like, seriously, I wasn't even that rude. But I was like, hey, I said, listen, you seem like a really compassionate person. And I'm not going to pretend like my reply wasn't kind of suck-uppy, because it kind of was. I was like, listen, this person obviously has a really strong moral compass. They're doing what they deem right. I go, hey, listen, you seem to be someone who likes things to be morally correct, and you seem like a decent person. And I don't want this like one argument I had with them to like, oh my God, taint our relation. I will never see this person again, realistically. But I don't think it's good to just, oh, I hate them because I disagree with them on topics. That's stupid. To hate someone just because you disagree on one topic, that's dumb. So I said, hey, you seem like a pretty decent person. Can you please, and I think you're respectable, will you put these screenshots in proper context? I'm sorry, it's what I do when I talk. And they said, no! And I said, get your suck-up butt out of here. And I was like, hey, this is uncalled for. I get that we disagree. But if you're so right and I'm just this evil person, then put the screenshots in proper context and I'll still look bad. And you know why? Because they don't want to show that I was initially polite, that I was initially pretty cordial, and that I wasn't initially this horrible person. Ooh, violet. I kind of like that because of the eyes. They didn't want to show that I wasn't initially calling them names. I called them a child because they are a child. That's how they're acting. I've been called a child. And because I was acting like a child. Like, it was just so, oh God, it's been 20 minutes. Keep in mind, I don't care this strongly about the drama. Someone's gonna be like, oh, you're obsessed with me. I know they'll probably find my YouTube channel and be like, you're obsessed with me. No, something happened and I'm talking about it. I'm entitled to do that. But I don't think that because you have outside circumstances, it justifies being mean to someone. All right, you know, your cat died. That doesn't justify you being mean, you know, and being disrespectful. When they show your rude replies first, so they technically started. Exactly. And I like to essay type. You aren't bad, just why they're trying to put it out of context. That's exactly why. Now, were my replies with insults, should I have waited an hour and then replied a little more cordially? Absolutely. But I didn't. And I think that when you misconstrue context, it's terrible. So I commented on it and I was like, hey, can you fix this? I think context is important. And they included my entire replies because they didn't include the entire reply before. They go, I fixed it. And I go, no, you didn't. It's still out of order and that's my problem here. Are you on Amino? Yep. My furry Amino is Sakura Studios. My Instagram is @sakura.studios. Like the dot being a period. It's in most of the descriptions of my videos if you guys are interested. Holy crap, I'm sweating bullets in here. But yeah, that was like, and I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. You are acting like you're so morally superior to me. And I was like, you are sitting up there on your damn high horse calling me this terrible person. But you can't do something as simple as go through the post and look at the proper context. Because you know what? I think they'd realize, hey, she's not evil. She was initially kind of polite, got rudely replied to, and lost her cool, which is what I do. I'm not going to pretend, once again, that I always keep my cool all the time. I go off on people all the freaking time. Oh, you follow me on Instagram? Oh. I will be posting more of this gal there soon. But, yeah. And I feel like they need to portray me as this monster. Or, you know, I think when I did mine, showed the proper order of things because I think that's important. I showed their entire reply. I cut nothing out. And you know, they're like, look at all these mean replies. Dude, none of the replies were mean. Some were a bit rough, yes. They were like, really, dude? They were a little more confrontational. But no one was just cursing at this kid. One person, they also tried to call me on. They asked this kid if they were sped. And that means like special ed in a bad way. And I had no clue it meant like that. I'm gonna be real here, I'm kinda dumb. I thought sped isn't like be like the drug. I thought it was a drug joke. So I said, oh, watch out. Something along the lines of, oh, watch out. This person's going to reply super immaturely to you. Because they replied immaturely to me. And I like to warn people what's to come. Plus, you know, we both have a common enemy here. Sakura Studios. Yep. But, sorry, I like to read comments every once in a while. So I'm sorry if they're paused, alright. And this person later in the argument goes, well, you agreed with your friend who called this person special ed in a bad way. You want to know the lovely hypocrisy here? They told me, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say like the R word, which means a bad word for special needs. I'm just going to flat out. They told me it was retarded of me to post my post. This hypocrite is like, you know, your friend called them special ed, but they told me something I did was retarded. Dude, that's so hypocritical. I'm sorry. I don't mind if my actions don't always line up. I'll say I like something and I'll say I don't like it. I'll do things I say are bad. But not in the same conversation. And this person, oh God, I didn't even call them on it because I was just done. They visited my page. And I'm not going to pretend like I didn't visit their page a couple of times. So I was like, oh, someone's going to make a post about me, you know? I have that big of an ego. People like that are so rude. Exactly. I can't stand it when people are hypocritical and then like, oh, you're obsessed when I call them on really clear hypocritical actions. I read through the conversation each time I comment because I want to make sure I'm covering everything and that I'm not like, it's not like I've been nice this entire conversation. I'm suddenly being rude. I don't want to be rude and then suddenly do a 180. I read through it every time. I'm not stupid. That's what you should always do. Especially if it's on an account that's for my fursuit making. It's kind of like a business, you know? So that was just ridiculous. Don't make fun of people for things they can't control. But don't do something and then turn around and say it's bad for doing that. I can't stand people like that. So that's like the end of that person. We're done. I don't block people because I'm not a coward. But one of these people did block me, so I have a feeling they made a nice little post about me. The second person, I did delete their comment because initially they said, this post looks like a call out. And that was not my intention. I said, you know what? You're right. And they were right. This is a new person, by the way. It looks like a call out. So I altered it. I said, I'm going to alter the post. I need to fix the wording. I need to remove them from it. So I go back and I edited the photos. And I edited the wording. And I was going to go back and edit it again. Because I like to edit it once, read it over, see what needs to be fixed, edit it again. This person comments 14 minutes later because I'm a petty little one and I take screenshots. And they go, you still have a link to their post on there. I go, yeah, because it's been 15 minutes and it's like midnight. Yeah, I'm taking a second to edit it and to make sure it's what I want. I'm like, would you mind like giving me a minute? I didn't call them obsessed because I don't need to use like little impromptu side attacks. I don't know if there's a word for it, but was it ad hominem attack or something? But, you know, I was like, dude, give me a minute, you know? And then they were like, well, you know what? And they start going off on me. Like, you were wrong to post this and all this stuff. And I said, no. I agree with this post. I said it. I stand by it. You were right. I shouldn't have included them in the post. And that was wrong with me. And that was wrong with me. Normally, I have my reasons and I didn't explain them. If I get in a fight with someone, I link their page so you can look at their page and deem if they are worth your time. That's why I linked their page. I didn't say that was why I linked their page. And that's why it looked like, hey, go attack this person. I never want anyone to be harassed unless they've done something genuinely worth being harassed. Asking for a free suit isn't worth being harassed over. Like Onision, the Onion Boy, he deserves to be harassed. Okay, that was a little blackout. People who hurt others deserve to be harassed, but not little kids. By the way, my bet was this person was 12, and you know what? I've got a sibling who was just 12. They know what they're doing. People like to act like these kids have no idea that it's rude. These kids know you can't get free stuff. I know younger viewers aren't stupid. I know those of you who are younger aren't dumb. So I hold you to the same standard I hold myself to. And that's just, I don't care if you don't word it as adequately because you're younger, but just don't say the general idea of, I want a free fursuit. Okay. Lagging. Yeah, sorry about that. You can't see the wonderful 3D eyes, how well they follow you if it lags. Tell me if it's still lagging in about a minute, and I'll go back, and the live stream will go quiet for like 30 seconds. But I will get this darn lag under control. But I just think it's ridiculous. Like, I have very, very low standards for people online. Like, very low. And one of the standards, I'm sorry, my hair is just, everywhere, is don't be a hypocrite, and then be generally respectful. God, I should have put my hair back a little better. It's all falling out of my braid. But yeah, I was like, really, dude? So then this person, God, where are we even at in the story at this rate? I said, they're like, you commented initially on this post 6 times, which is false. They told you to stop multiple times, which is false. And essentially, like, you were harassing her, which is false. I was slightly rude. I'm going to read this comment because I think it's important. Worthless Angel says, but yeah, people ask for free fursuits are just, I mean, unless it's maybe a younger who doesn't know what they're talking about, then yeah, just teach them not to ask that. I think it's important to know why it's bad, you know? I can't just tell, Like when people were like, just don't ask for free fursuits. I was like, why? Like I knew I shouldn't. And I knew there was a reason for it, but I want people to know the reason that it hurts. If you were to make a beautiful piece of art that took you weeks, months, Pixie took me months, and someone would be like, can I have that for free? It's offensive. It really is. It's saying your art isn't worth money. Like I like your art, but not enough to pay money for it though. And that's what really just irks me. So yeah, I guess, should I not have called out this specific poster? You can find a fursuit. I saw someone yesterday, because I was like, I'm going to go prove this to myself. $150 for a fursuit head. That's the cheapest I've ever seen it. I've seen some go for $80. They don't look good, I'm sorry. People want, like, hell, my heads aren't even that great, but they want this for free or for $100, and you're not going to get that, I'm sorry. You can find fursuits for under $100. They're just not going to look good. I'm sorry. And they're not going to hold up. Teach them why you shouldn't can hurt a fursuit. It does hurt me. Because I have to say, I don't usually block people. I'm very good about keeping an open mind. But one person asked me for a free fursuit. I blocked them. I was like, no, I have no respect for you. And you obviously have no respect for me. Because even in these people I argue with, oh, they obviously don't respect my position, but it's not like they don't respect me as a person. Now, this other person, let's get back on track. I'd like to end this stream somewhat soon. Oh my god, a breath of fresh air! It's foreign. God, I've got to disinfect this head after I'm done. I was like, all right, I'm done, good night. And they go, yeah, go night-night. And then later, they're like, I haven't been rude. Dude, that's rude. That's condescending, and that's a butthole move. They're like, go night-night. Really, dude? That's not, I don't tell people that because I don't need to talk down to them to know I'm in the right. And when you have to talk down, now I'm going to say, I was talking down to him. I was like, really? Because I use big words when I argue online. And yes, I know what the big words mean. Because if you use big words, you don't know what the big words mean. That's a whole nother can of worms. But yeah, I always stop. I'll write my reply, and I'll go back and I'll rewrite my reply so it's more polite, it's more formal. So once again, the second I start calling them names, or the second I start like cursing at them, I know I'm probably gonna lose. Because whoever starts cursing looks like the bad person. That's, even if you're in the right, you start going, oh, you son of a, and then just start throwing curse words, you're gonna look like you're in the wrong. So it's just, I was like, stop. And so this second person just goes, so the 6 replies. I commented twice. I commented once on someone else's comment preparing them. They commented twice. And then I replied to them twice because they commented twice. So I replied once for each reply they gave me. I commented 5 on that post, not 6. 4 of those were replies. 1 of those was my initial comment. So no, I'm not obsessively. And I go, what, dude? And I'm like, they didn't tell me to stop. They said, don't say mean stuff, which I wasn't. I was not. Was I being the most polite? No. Was I harassing this kid? No. So this whole thing was just a bit ridiculous, And so I'm like, I haven't been like obsessively covering this person. I go, you commented well over half a dozen times in this string. And like, well, you're obsessed for like responding essentially. That's what they insinuated. I was like obsessed because I was defending myself to them. I go, no, this is called having a conversation. You're telling me why I think I'm wrong. I'm telling you, you were right initially, but I'm not going to take the post down. Seriously, listen. If you say take the post down more than twice, I or any other person is going to keep the post, am going to keep the post up because it motivates me. Oh, look, I can piss this person off by just not doing anything. I'm sure as heck gonna do it, And so that's just such a bad mentality. Like, oh, take it down. You're mature for not taking this down. No, I'm not. I will admit, I'm keeping it up solely to piss them off. And I know they blocked me, so they probably made this big old rant. So if anyone's willing, message me on Furry Amino. I'll link you their page. Don't harass them. I just want to know if they made a post about me. Which, let's be real here, they did. My fabulousness. They must be talking about me. I'm joking, because I know if they watch this stream, they're going to be like, oh my god, look at this narcissistic, and then go off, you know? So they were basically like talking down to me this entire time, and I was like, listen. They're like, if all it takes for you to stop, if I'm supposed to like stop commenting the second they say not to comment, all right, don't comment then. I'm going to follow your own rules. I don't want you to comment on my post, so don't comment on it. And then this person is like, you made a call out. And I was like, dude, I didn't mean it like that. Like, I'm sorry. That's the end of it. They keep feeling the need to like grab this thing that I had done wrong and use it to justify taking down the entire post, which I won't do. So I was like, no. You initially had a point, but not anymore. I'm done. I'm not taking the post down. Like, I edited it, and I think you had a point, and I was like, thank you. I don't want to be rude, so I was like, thank you. You initially had a really good point, and I did this thing wrong, but I'm not taking the post, and the post being up isn't wrong. You telling me to go night-night is rude. Like, that was just one of the, like, God, what word did I use? Because I don't want to say misogynistic, but that works, you know? That's how they were being, essentially. Like, they were like, oh, you know, they're just talking down to me for having an opinion, and I don't like that. I want to talk to you like an adult. Talk to me like an adult back. And it's just ridiculous that they think that, like, oh, I'm going to talk down to this person. And I call these things out. I don't think it's petty if you say, oh, you know, once again, like, what was the person? You heartless person. I'm going to call you out on that being manipulative as hell language. Because it is manipulative. God, look at me mispronouncing words because I'm choking on my own breath. Manipulative. It's manipulative wording. And I think that's a very important thing to watch out for, because it might seem like, oh, you keep getting frustrated. Identify what words are making you frustrated and why those words are making you frustrated. For example, saying I was heartless, that made me was like, whoa. Yeah, because they were implying I was terrible for not putting up with nonsense. So I'm going to read the post. Yeah, they are trying to make me look bad. Like, someone goes, well, take down your post, and this other person will take down their post slandering you. I go, but they won't, because they're petty, and I can tell from their actions that they will not take down the post. Even if I say, they'd be like, ha, yeah, I knew you were in the wrong, and they wouldn't take it down. And I think I stand by everything I said in those comments. Was I mean? Yeah, I was not nice. Well, correction, I didn't even curse at them or anything, because I don't like cursing at people online. I think if you have to resort... Alright, here's the general rules of online fighting. If you have to make a reference to World War II or genocide, or if you feel the need to curse to drive your point home, you're probably wrong. And that's the reason I don't do either of those when I'm talking to someone. And the reason I get so pissed off at this is because I did something stupider. Or not stupid, like stupid. It wasn't that stupid, Christ. I made a post. Excuse me. Gonna get that coronavirus, am I right, guys? I'm joking, don't get the coronavirus. It's in my town, I'm scared. But this person, it's just, how do I speak? How do I word? But I was like, I'm just so frustrated, isn't it? So I'm going to talk about the initial post I made. When I was a younger fur, I said, this video talked about how breasts on fursuit, some people sculpt a chest on fursuit. And I'm not talking under the fur. I'm talking like on top. And I know I'm trying to like word this like not be like a teenager, like, you know. So they put a chest on fursuits. And I said, that makes me really uncomfortable. Bolt Mutt made a video, and I made a post talking about his video and saying, here's why I disagree. And once again, I was polite, but I was younger. I won't say it was the most well-worded thing, but I had my point. I said, I think it looks sexual. I don't think that should be around kids. Like, if people don't want my booty-hugging fursuit around because they think it looks kind of sexy, I don't mind. It's not my goal to look sexy in that. I actually think on slim fursuits, you should wear clothes over it. Now, can it be a skirt and a crop top? Yes. But I think if you're gonna slim fursuit around children, that's what I call it, slim fursuiting, because they're tight. Wearing clothes over it isn't exactly a super tall demand, you know? So I said, yes, I think that they should have to cover that up if the con staff ask because there are children around. And keep in mind, this suit wasn't like, I have a larger chest and it's poking through. It was, I sculpted big foam chest on a suit. And someone goes, well, what about like happy trails and all these other things? I go, listen, this is what I'm focused on. And I got backlash for that post because it wasn't well worded. Do I still stand by that post sign? Kind of. No. I agreed that I don't think chests on fursuits should be around children. And I agree that I think it's at the con's discretion to say you can't have that. But I don't agree with a lot of other things I said in the post. And I will admit, I got well-deserved backlash. And that taught me, don't say something if you can't back it up well. And if you don't really, truly stand by it. That is the hill you're willing to die on. And I think that's important. Because it taught me, sorry, like my nose is like running like crap and I have hair up it. It taught me that I will get backlash if I say something stupid. Did I get backlash on the post talking about this kid? Yeah, but it all watered down to, it's a kid. You didn't handle this maturely. Yeah, I didn't handle it maturely. Okay. Like, they're going to see this and they're going to realize, they probably think I'm like, let's be real here. I hope they don't think I'm 20. But maybe they think I'm 20 and then they're going to come here and they'll be like, oh, wow, this is a teenager. Who of which I cannot tell how old they are. They could be 13, they could be 18. Talking about this, a fellow legal child. And I think that, once again, age is irrelevant to me. Now, if this was an adult asking for a free fursuit, you bet I would have used stronger language. And you bet I would have been way harsher because it's an adult. But it was a kid. And I was actually rather calm. And I have to say, I think, once again, I didn't curse at them. I called them a shite, which is close to a word they used to me. They cursed first. They were, yelling at me in all caps first. I'm always, I want to repeat this, always polite online until given a reason not to. And that's, like, my thing. And for the most part, I don't attack people online. Like, people who are into the NSFW side of the furry fandom, I'm not into that. I don't like that side of the fandom. I don't want that near me. But I've been asked, hey, are you into YIF? And it's just this person trying to ask. And don't look that up if you don't know what it is. It's very inappropriate. I've been like, no, I respect that you're into that. But please don't bring that near me. Now, if they continue asking me to get into that and, like, I'll be like, no, and I'll be very rude. But just because someone asks, like, for example, this person asked for a free fursuit, I initially replied and I was like, hey, it's not okay. No. Was I firm? I was firm. I was like, no. That's rude. It's ridiculous. And I think you should really evaluate this post. And, yeah, but the thing is that pissed me off was how they replied. Once again, when I made my post, when I was a young furry, which I might make another version of that post, just more well-worded and a little less offensive, because I was just rather rude in the post. I expect backlash from people, but I had someone who, one, called me a child and said I was like 12, right? But then they kept attacking me, and attacking me as if I was like, not 12. And I said, hey, if you think I'm 12, why are you cursing at me? Why are you acting so rude and stuff if I'm supposedly this child? You might not be into the... I like this comment. I'm going to read it again. Thank you, Worthless Angel. Thank you. We need more people like you. You might not be into the NSFW side. Neither are. But you aren't hating on it. And you're not being rude about it. One thing I will not like about the NSFW that I do vocalize. Fursuiters like to get in their fursuits and be like, woo, look at my booty, and put their butt to the camera. And that's not... I'm going to tell because I think people need to hear this. A fursuit doesn't make you pretty. This doesn't make me pretty, okay? And so people think they can suddenly... I get that it's a confidence booster. I'm no longer the dorky kid at school. I am whoever I portray online. But dear Lord, keep in mind, if you're not willing to do it without the fursuit, you shouldn't do it. And this is just mostly aimed at the people who like to post fursuit butt pics on Instagram. A lot of Instagram accounts. But yeah, that's just my own opinion, because I feel like that's bringing the NSFW sign to places it doesn't need to be. But once again, maybe you're into that. Maybe you're like, oh no, it's just a picture. Whatever. I don't personally care. It's like where people wearing, you know, a leash with their fursuit really doesn't matter. That's just something that I just don't like. But I'm not shaming anyone, I guess. That's just, no. I guess that maybe I am shaming them a little bit. But yeah, that's like my whole drama story. If you guys want, I could do like a reading of these comments. I can email them to myself. And I can read them out loud in the proper order, in the proper context. Unlike some people who can't include proper context. And I'm pretty sure they're going to end up watching the stream. So if I see a nice comment from them, I'll be sure to. By the way, I know it's rude to skewer people. Because what I do is I take pictures. And I have a very bad habit of posting them somewhere else. And being like, look at this idiot. And I forget to blur the names out. Now, because a lot of you, I know, like, from what I've interacted with you, you guys aren't, from what I know, and only from the people I talk to, there could be a couple of fighters there, and if there are, I respect that. You guys aren't really the type to be like, oh my god, let's go attack this person. Because Treasure or Soccer or whatever name you know me by, what's my persona's name? Hara, and the other one's Mystique. I just call them my username. Said they're bad. You guys aren't really the type to do that, because I went and I tried it. Now here's the thing, that's why I was pissed off about this person blocking me. I couldn't see if they were getting harassed. I couldn't tell if people had seen my post and been like, I'm gonna go tell them what I think. And that's a problem, because I'm not gonna apologize for them being harassed if I don't know that they're being harassed. I'm not apologizing for something if I didn't cause it. There could have been other posts calling them out. I don't know. There were people commenting before my post and before my comments. Oh, Christ. My nose is just wet. Also, it kind of hurts because I keep bumping it against the muzzle. There could have been people before me, though, commenting. So really, I'm not going to apologize to them getting harassed if I can't see that it's happening, you know? I said I'm sorry they might have been harassed, and I removed their links because I didn't want that to happen. But I can't prove it's happened because they blocked me. This other person, the one who told me to go night-night, who I would love if someone would message me so they can send me a screenshot of their page to see if they called me out. Because they're like, you made a call out, you're so immature. And I'm like, they're going to make a call out on me. Just freaking watch, because you know that's how people are. You know that's how contradictory they are. They're like, I wasn't rude. Wasn't rude? You were talking down to me the entire time. They told me, once again, this is the only one I can think of, so it's not like this is the only thing they said, but to go night-night. That's so condescending. That's the word I was thinking. And it's so demeaning. That's such a rude thing. I don't tell people to go night. I did tell one of these people, the first one, to get off their damn high horse. Because they were acting very morally superior, and they were acting like I was this monster. Ah, yes, look at me. I am the monster. I put on my fursuit, be a little cat monster, right? Also, look at the belly scales. I'm really happy with the nose scales. You can't see them really well on camera. IRL, though, super cute. I have this Velcro, which is a bit unsightly. Sometimes you can see the seams, so I gotta worry how to fix that. I also haven't tried it on with the new extended neck. The neck was a little low, so I lengthened it. That suit is so cute. Thank you. So yeah, my general moral of the story is that I might do a fursuit video. If you'd like me to do a video, a real video, not a live stream, right, where I get in fursuit and I talk about something, I'd love to talk about fleece fursuits, fursuiting for younger furries. I don't have a job. I'm a minor, so I guess you could consider me a young fur. And I have fursuits. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Does this count as 9? I had about 10, but then I sold Dutchess. It's about 9 fursuits, right? without a job and without all this because I know how to make stuff work. So I'd love to do advice for people who are struggling a bit financially, who want to make a fursuit. Because it's possible. You don't need a sewing machine. This entire head was hand sewn. You can hand sew stuff. You just have to be willing to fix more seams. A video showing it telling. Let me screenshot this, my friend. I would love to do a video talking about all my fursuits. Once I get this baby finished, I would love to do that. All I have to do, so maybe I'm on spring break, so maybe I'll do another live stream where I actually work instead of just get pissed off and yell at a camera for, 40 minutes. But I attached her spider hand. She's a dragon cat, and that's why I added the slit pupils, so she looks so edgy. And the scales. The mohawk was a personal choice. I don't do hair on fursuits a lot. I've never been a super huge fan of it, but I really think it can help. In this case, the long hairs is the only place I'm using long hair, except maybe the tip of the lion tail. She's gonna have like a lion tail, because that way I can wear clothes and not, but it's gonna be a slightly thicker lion tail, so it kind of covers my butt a little bit. But I need to make her feet, which, oh god, I hate feet paws with a passion. I've only made one other pair of feet paws, and I glued all the seams, and it was on Pixie, and they're terrible. By the way, I love Pixie. The reason I don't wear a lot of my fursuits like Pixie, I don't like the heat very well, so I do tend to like this one. She's made with thinner fur, as you can see, very short, thin fur, and a lot of fleece. So she's cooler for me to wear. I don't want to be like, I have asthma. I used to have asthma, and I can still feel it from time to time in my lungs. So I don't want to, give myself bring that back. Oh wait, no, I'm trying to read the comment. You gonna do video showing on your fursuits? Exactly. I think fursuits, a lot of people like to throw hair on fursuits as a little oh, this'll fix it, and it won't. It doesn't. But for this character, I drew her out, and I was like, I want a mohawk. She looked really cool without the mohawk too. But her ears, if you haven't noticed, from the front they look so wonky. From the sides, I hope this is a good side view. They look really good. Like they look like they're perfectly angled backward. From the front, they look weird in my opinion. So I thought maybe the hair would help distract from that. That's why I keep angling like this. It's my good side. But yeah, that's all the drama I have, but I definitely want to do in all my fursuits. If I go to a con, hopefully, I'll be in this gal, the full suit. I'm making her outdoor paws, that way I don't have to worry about covering the paws. Her, maybe Hara, because Hara's my fursona, and I might wear her suit. Her suit, because I might go to an anime convention, if I do, I'll make a video, I'll make some Instagram posts, I'll make some story posts. I have her on. Oh, thank you. Sorry for the hand in my mouth. I'm trying to get more hair out of my eyes, but it's not really working. Comment's a fleece fursuits. That's Andy's I always say the name wrong, so I just call him Talums. If you check out his post, I'm not being like, watch my videos or anything, but I included a link to the post to like the creator. The creator is so sweet, and I created the link. I linked the species. I would love it if you can check them out. I didn't make them. I had no part in making them. But if you message the creator, I think she'll invite you to the for the amino for Charmatalums or Talums, and I'm on that. Also, if someone makes another Talum suit, I need a photo shoot with them. Like, I am the only Talum suit owner right now, and I need more. I like the eyes in the suit. They look really cool. Thank you. I went for a more simple look, and I thought the dark around the edges would help make them pop a little more, and I definitely like them. I'm still really happy with so I post so much in furry amino, but I always want people to follow my Instagram. I will admit that is something I'm not super, that's one of my actions I'm not super good on. Look at those eyes. I know they're not perfect, but her old eyes, if you look at old pictures of her, God, she's blowing out the camera. We have my monochrome with like purple eyes, and then we just have, Pixie was actually, I started her second. She was, if I want to do second, but I finished 2 or 3 fursuits before I actually finished her. This fursuit took 6 months, and that's mostly the leggies. I made the legs and stuff, and then I went back and I finished her head. But her ears are super wobbly. They have magnets in them. So I was going to do earrings, but the earrings wouldn't hold. The magnets weren't strong enough because I'm cheap. And now they wiggle super well. She's got a flower crown hanging up there. Occasionally I use the flower crown for their suits too, though. Sorry. Also, yeah, I agree with that. I have a lot of fursuits when I first started because I was like, oh, I don't need to sew seams. And that kind of relates to like your cardboard fursuit. Sorry if you guys are confused and read the comments. What do you sell fursuits on? Etsy. My Etsy is Lps Treasure. Same as my YouTube, except there's no space between LPS and Treasure. That's where I sold Duchess on, but I heard Etsy is like taking more 20% of your profit instead of like 10. I still make buyers pay shipping. I'm sorry. I don't like taking that risk though, because you could live in the next state over and shipping could be $20 like the last. Is that doxing if you guys don't know where I live? The last person lived within a couple of states of me, so the shipping was fairly cheap. I don't want to say it was $26, which for a fursuit shipping, dirt cheap. Duchess was also like 3 pounds total, so she wasn't like super heavy. Or you could live in like, once again, I don't want to say a specific state. You live across the U.S. and the shipping could be $100. So I don't want to take that risk on. Because say I charged, $250 for the suit, I can make, $200 or I can make $100 depending on how far away someone lives. So that's the thing at Etsy I don't like, because Etsy will not promote my posts because I don't offer free shipping. But, I sold my last one without Etsy. If you guys, what do you think of, I just need an honest opinion. Or hot glued. Yeah, it's so much more, like, rewarding when you sew it, right? I hand sew mine. That's just something I do. I know it's not, like, the strongest. But, like, on the heads, usually it's not a problem. Like, I always tell people, I can throw my fursuit head across the room, and it won't break irreversibly. Like, this one, the mohawk might fall off. But the eyes on my fursuits, for the most part, are not attached. I can take these out. Now, will they fall out? Like, no. These things are in. They're tight enough where they're in. But I have them this way so I can pull them out if I need to clean them. And that's just my personal method, because I make them with foamies. Because plastic's really hard to work with. And I think I like the way foamies work. That way you can just pop them out and you can wash the suit. I seal the eyes anyways. The only suit where the eyes are attached in, they might be slightly attached on this suit just to not pop out. I made this with 1/2 inch foam. And by that I mean I got 1 inch foam and I painstakingly tore it in half for this entire head, which if you can see, that's why this head is so much smaller than Pixie's. Normally my heads they're not huge. They're not bobblehead size. But I need this head to be smaller because it's a slim fitting fursuit. Like, you ever seen Fennecat or, I can't remember if she's Sophia or Isabella the Lioness. If you look up either, she'll show up. That's the kind of suit I was going for. And that's kind of what I got. I glue them on for meets and cons. See? And then you can just pop the glue off. Hara's eyes, my kimono suit, those are the only eyes that are hot glued in because they, like, didn't fit well with the plastic to not be glued in. But for the most part, you can remove my eyes probably without damaging them. Duchess's eyes and one other suit both had 2D eyes, and those were in because they're 2D eyes. It's not like 3D eyes where you can pop them out. 2D eyes need to be stripped. And I am hoping to sell the one with 2D eyes, though. Her name is Astrid. She's a saber-toothed tiger. She's got big, huge 2D eyes. Her mouth ventilation kind of sucks, not gonna lie. but her vision, like, all right, I don't know how good my vision is. But for the most part, I can see here, here, here. And I can't see my hands right now, but now I can. So I think it's pretty okay for a fursuit. Like, I would be comfortable walking around a con in this. Would I be comfortable doing a maze in it? Probably not. Or walking to the parking lot, because no, I want all my vision for walking in the parking lot. My peripherals are a bit, but other than that, I can see really well, and I feel comfortable talking in these. Now, I don't have a balaclava on, because this suit I most likely will not sell, and if I, like right now, I don't think I need one, because I'll spray this out. I will thoroughly disinfect this when I'm done. I disinfect all my suits. If I wear them for more than 5 minutes, they're getting the spray. If I break a sweat in them, they're getting the spray. And it's a non-toxic spray. It's literally just like rubbing alcohol, essentially. And it just kills the germs. And that's, but I need to get balaclavas because I don't wear my suits out a lot. So I don't have any balaclavas. So I could sew one. And the only fabrics I have around are fleece and some kind of sparkly fabric, which might work. I just don't want my face to be a disco. Everyone leave and to go check your Etsy. It's so good. I do link it in most of my things. I didn't link it in this because I was like, I don't want my Etsy to be associated with my drama videos. But I'm gonna end the stream because I've been on here for an hour. So like, comment, subscribe. I'm looking to make more furry content. I'm super into doing that, but I'm also willing to make more LPS content. I'd like to film a little music video, hopefully. I don't know what songs are in. I have really bad music taste. This is me, my little emo-looking girl. That's what I am on the inside because I am a huge Five Finger Death Punch fan. I like them, and then I like Disney covers, and there's no in between. It is Disney covers or it is borderline metal, because I don't consider Five Finger Death Punch metal. So I don't know what normal people like. Yeah, so I need to come up with a popular trendy song to do a music video for. I subs. Thank you. Wait, before I leave. Sure. I'll give you a sec. Sweater looks so fluffy. I want to say I got it from American Eagles, my guess. I had a sweatshirt on for my school, but that's something too. If you're ever planning to be a furry YouTuber, no local sports teams. No local schools. Now, know your college, know your school. None of that. Just because, even though I don't think, scary. They teach you that everyone on the internet is like this scary old man who wants pictures of your feet. And I don't think that's a good method to teach kids because not everyone is a scary man who wants to see your feet. But you should be aware that the scary man who wants to see that stuff is out there. So always be careful. Not everyone with a cute icon is a good person. So, some people you just don't get along with. The people I argued with, we just don't get along, we don't agree, and we're not gonna see eye to eye on this. Like, I see where they're coming from. I should have, the post, it wasn't the most mature. But they should also see that it's a problem, and I feel like it's a problem, and I feel like I need to share it. So I might make a PSA instead and like show this stuff, but like in a more mature fashion. Because right now I've edited that post so much, it literally makes no sense. And I can tell that the people are like, you're calling out this person who commented this. Because I've had like 2 more comments saying that. Alright, I'm like, dude, did you read the post? Because I said I blurred out their name. I should not have included in their name. The point of this post is to educate, which is what I said, by the way. So, like I said, this post is to educate. But instead of going on and on about that, because let's be real here, it was my own entertainment. The reason I commented on it was initially my own entertainment. I like to do a lot of things for my own entertainment. I like to argue with people. I care about it, but I also think it's fun to fight with people online. The person who was trying to make you look bad was annoying. They were, and they're not going to take their post down. So you see someone going, oh, look at this merciless person calling out a young fur for doing something bad. The posts are there. They included most of my comments. They'll show me, and they don't blur names out, which, whatever. feel free to check out my page because I included everything I said because I know what context is. Yeah. Yeah, she's totally not taking her post down. When are you gonna do a face reveal? Probably not ever really, but if you ever see me at a con, which is pretty rare. But I've had a couple of slip-ups where my face showed and I've had to delete a stream or two. But I'm not a big fan. I think my online life and my internet life are very different things. I don't like them intertwining, you know? That's why I'm always so like, oh, I will be rude on my internet life because it doesn't connect to my real life. I don't think they're good representations of each other. You can't go to cons. It's okay. I might not be able to go to the con either. We have a very, very, very small furry con near where I live. And it's like 300 people. And so I don't think it's worth going to. And, you know, oh, it's okay. My family actually said no. They said, I don't feel comfortable to you going to a con where about 100 people out of the 300 have fursuits. That's a pretty high percentage for the furry population. Have fursuits. And my parents said, you know what? Because I'm still, you know, a minor. I don't feel comfortable with you going to this convention where a lot of people are wearing masks. And I said, you know what? That's okay. There's an anime convention near me, and I'm hoping to go, maybe with, like, my cousin or a friend or something, but, whew, I could actually start thinking about that now. But, I said, you know what? That's fine. Could I wear my fursuit to an anime convention? There will probably still be another furry or two there, because we have a couple furries around here. But, you know, I don't. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, that's probably fine. And, you know, sometimes furry cons, I like to go to an anime con because I am, alas, an anime weeb. As you can see from my crappy anime drawings from, actually, they're over there, way far up there, you can't see them. But, I used to try and draw anime people, and I cannot draw people to save my life. Also, the new season of Castlevania was fantastic, as was Beastars. By the way, both of those have scenes of intercourse, so if you are young, please don't watch those unless you have a parent's permission. Castlevania, the entire new season, I loved it. I won't spoil anything, because I think it's really good. I'm a huge vampire person. I summed up the entirety of Season 3 by saying, put on some clothes. Because there are just two really notable scenes where this person just, you don't see anything, but like, put on some damn clothes. I literally yelled that at my phone, and my sister looked at me like I was crazy, because let's be real here, it sounds pretty crazy. And then Beastars was fantastic. It's a furry anime. It's over on Netflix. The dubs aren't super original. Netflix reuses dubs like there's no tomorrow, and because I've watched, like, I'm watching like Fate Stay something, and it's okay. It's not very good in my opinion, but it's a show. I recognize some of the voice actors in between all three shows. I'm like, Castlevania had this one guy. He was big and he was mean and he was like, I don't know. He said I think he was Scottish. He wore a kilt and he had red hair. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say he was Scottish. Put on some timbers. That's how I was. Dude, you should have seen my face and they finally gave the guy some pants. I was like, finally! That was an experience. But yeah, this guy he had this really, I thought his voice acting was low-key terrible, but I love bad voice acting, so I can't judge. And in the next season, I was like, wait, is this the same guy? Because it's the same voice actor. I recognize that. Like, are they supposed to be similar? Are they supposed to have the same accent? I could, to God, not tell. So yeah, I'm gonna end this live stream. It has been just about an hour and 10 minutes. My nose is all stuffed. My face is hot from my suit. I have some feet paws to make and a neck to extend. But I do post a lot of stuff on my furry amino. If you don't agree with me in the situation, because I'll admit I was not the most mature, that's not all I do on there. I'm a fursuit maker. Like, my life didn't revolve around this stupid drama because I posted, 5 times since on updates of my big fluffy pajamas. But yeah. That was a whole thing. Please don't attack anyone. I would like to see if that person made a call-out post on me. So you're more than welcome to be like, hey, I'd be willing to look at that, but you don't have to. You don't feel obligated. A video on all my suits. That's definitely coming up. And then definitely a video on fleece fursuits, because I really think people don't take into account that fleece is a really good material for fursuits. I've actually made 3 heads with Minky. Minky is really hard to work with, but it's really fun because it's so soft. Yeah, I'm not going to lie and say it didn't help fuel the drama, but yeah. Everyone was being ridiculous, and everyone didn't, except, I don't want to be, everyone except me, but I admitted I was being ridiculous. And some people didn't want to admit they were being ridiculous. This whole thing is just something I highly recommend going and looking at and being like, it's a group of idiots being idiots, because that's what we were. So yeah, I'll be posting. I'm gonna get into my suit actually after the stream is over and try it on and do some pictures. And then I have to lengthen her neck, which I've been putting off doing because, you know, that's like one of the not fun things. And I have to start making her feet, which, like, wish me luck. I'm really terrible at feet. It's my 2nd attempt, so hopefully it goes better than Pixie. Thank you all for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Go check out my, God, what's those? Right. I have LPS Amino, but I'm kind of dead on there. But you're more than welcome to check that out. Send no same name is my YouTube. I'm Sakura Studios on Amino. I'm at Sakura.Studios on Instagram. And my Etsy is LPS Treasure. Thank you all for watching. I don't know if I can do the thing where I go with my mascot up to the camera and say bye, but let's try. And bye!